Good morning, everyone. I was just checking that everything was good to go, and welcome to my live of our last season two soil war attack. Um, to make sure everything went smoothly, I am using my cell phone because this is what I most often play on. And so I can focus on a live, but also my battle easier. And then to kind of give you a heads up, so for our soil war, this is where we are in reference to our furnace. And then there's actually, it worked out that our server is both attacking the same alliance to get the most soil, to get the highest ranked rewards we can. And so this is how our other alliance from our server set up for their missile. So they are in the corner opposite to where the attack will take place. And then it'll be an interesting attack because if you look, all these other red bases are going to say cruise. They are the alliance that was selected to support the defense of this furnace, and they happen to be the alliance that is most likely going to get first in the soil wars. So it's about to get interesting. Um, yeah, I'm kind of excited, kind of nervous. We're going with we're actually planning to launch our missile from inside this area and just make sure that we're outside the mud area. So and then with my current squad makeup, um, I will share that. So this is my first squad, and then this is my second. So with their strength, these events is I kind of do first, I take my troops off the wall because that would be brutal. And then I go to a squad with only one defender and put them on the wall. And then we kind of wait for the 6 minutes and 35 seconds. All right, we're getting ready to launch our missile, and then we'll come down and see if, yep. And it looks like our other alliance is getting ready to launch theirs. So it looks like we're going to have a battle with a lot of mud. All right, we got our two missiles prepped and ready to go. Now you can kind of see where, actually, it's not showing the. All right. Um, Looks like some bases from the Defense Alliance are porting out in response to the missile attack. Things are about to get real. I'm curious why some have teleported in right when a missile attacks and they're going to be teleported out. All right, there's our mud. So I try to teleport as close as I can. And then I forgot. Let me hop back. So I may or may not unshield. Not sure yet. But now I need. Oh, that's the wrong server. I don't want to be there. Trying to find a spot as close to them as I can. And I need to set the timer. So this will be challenging. Maybe I shouldn't port it out. Okay, here goes for now. Until we can get people in, I gotta reset the timer. And then in the meantime, I gotta send all my squads to help clean out some of the mud. Wow, it's I apparently can't get my we're having a moment here, guys. Don't mind me. I have no idea what's happened. Uh, so the goal is to find a closer spot to the mud, but without clearing paths for those bases, it'll be challenging. Uh, so I'm trying to make space for myself, actually. And others. What I need is a spot on a corner. I need this spot. And then resetting the timer every 2 minutes can be a lot to focus on top of sending squads to the base. So a lot of little moving parts all at once can be so much fun. And now I'm trying to locate a spot closer. So my march time is 46 seconds. So as soon as my squad returns, I can send them again. And if I can get any closer, that'd be great too. But we'll see. Sometimes things don't work as planned. So we roll with the punches. All right. So the timer's at 55. I know my squad time is 55. So I'm going. And I send my strongest and then I send my second. So what I'm thinking while this battle is going is my squads are sending. I need to get closer so I can reduce my marching distance. Um, but I also need to have, in order to do that, to just use an advanced teleport, I have to have all my squads with me. So I'm debating on whether or not it would be smarter for me to cross back, jump back, and then to come back. But then to do that, I need to make sure that um looks like I might be getting ashed. Yep. So my base just got relocated, which is fine because my two squads got attacked. So this actually, ironically, is the best case scenario of a funky situation. Because now I should be able to get a little bit closer as long as I can find a spot, which I currently don't have because nobody's clearing the furnace. Nobody's clearing tiles for me to get a better spot. So I've been saving advanced teleports. So as soon as there's a spot available, I can just teleport in. But it'll, yeah. But there really aren't any close spots available. So then I need to find another spot. So yeah, I think the challenges of this battle is just finding space to teleport in, which I might have to do from back here because nobody's clearing out the rubble and everybody's just attacking the furnace, which is fine. You can't do everything all at once. So some things work the best you can. And then the timed attacks work, but I think they're more challenging when there's a ton of people contributing to them. So still setting timers. Now my goal is to clear rubble so I can help get people closer because we need people to have a closer march time in order to really do more damage because we're ironically competing with our own server on durability damage. So when it comes to defeating the furnace and getting the most soil, it's really important. Durability damage becomes invaluable for that. So, and then I need to check my hospital, which is almost full. I need to get closer. So, and then there's my squads going into hit. And then if we could get some of this rebel cleared, then we can get our bases closer. but it's taking forever for my squads to get over near the rubble. So that's a big thing is trying to get everybody to communicate, hey, this is what we need to do. Oh, and then reset the timer. So, learning experience. Part of the reason we decided to do the time to tax this round is to try to help sync how it'll all work together and see if we can increase the durability damage using those time to tax. And then it looks like somebody else is trying to clear out rubble. Finally. Okay. So these and then yeah, my march time is like 2 minutes. So if I really want to help contribute and do more damage, then I need to get closer. And the best way to get closer is to have a space that's dedicated to get closer to. Hint the clearing of rubble. So the goal is if I clear this rubble well and nobody else takes it and my squads get back in time, then the hope is that I can great teleport there or another alliance member. Yeah, and I'm just don't really care. Just trying to get a closer spot. It looks like somebody's also ashing me, but I'm not concerned with being ashed. I'll just take the hits and then I'm gonna try to bump back in. Maybe there's a spot now. There's just no close spots because nobody's clearing the rubble. So that's challenging is when your team doesn't quite work as well. It's a little frustrating, but we live and learn. Uh, so I'm just trying to get closer, and it's getting really challenging to do. And then it's challenging when the people who want to be closer aren't at the same squad strength because then it's just like, yeah. And then out here, it looks like I'm just continually being ash. So I'm not even contributing right now to the help to like actually attacking the furnace because I can't get close enough. And everybody keeps all the weaker squads keep taking the closest spots. And then when I get back, because there's this red line and we can't get past it, all the bases out here are just consistently being ashed. So it's very challenging when stuff like this happens. Because instead of working together and accomplishing a goal, we're just our own team is hindering our abilities to succeed. slightly frustrating, but what can you do? So yeah, I just can't get close because not enough of our squads under 30 mil are actually helping remove rubble. So yeah, definitely frustrating. Yeah. Yeah, we're all feeling the frustration. And it looks like in the competition for damage, the other is just doing more damage because we can't get close because none of our members are excavating to help out. So if you can't get close to the furnace, then your big guys can't hit. And if the people that are getting close to the furnace are only your small guys, well, they're not helping because what they're doing is they're costing all the hits that the big guys need. So slightly frustrating that our team isn't working better together. And it looks like our other alliance just has a little bit more consistency in their communication and so forth. And it's just not working. And so when this happens in a battle, I start to pull things apart. So we're deleting the timer and yeah, slightly frustrating when the ones that we need to work with us is working against us. And then our other server team just has slightly more coordination, which means that they are having a little bit more success with getting their heavies close. We just have too many people that are gung ho about being close to the furnace and don't understand some of the mechanics that happen with why, just because you want to be in a battle a certain way doesn't mean it's the most helpful way to be in the battle. Ah, okay, well, gonna use another advanced teleport if I can ever get a spot close. But as it looks, there's no close spots, so I'll just go back out into the BFE because that's, I think, a more appropriate word to use on a live stream than what I really want to say. So, all right, here's a slightly closer spot that I snuck into. Another thing is having furnaces so close. Um, Another struggle of it is that we have to watch out for the other mud. So we can move, but there's mud right here. So you have to be really careful. And so I'm literally right on the cusp of a mud spot, but I sometimes going into it is just challenging. So so I'm trying to do two things at once. It looks like our opponent's rally attacking to do more damage. So it's I love this game because it definitely takes some coordination and it definitely takes like see our other alliance is just quicker at actually getting rid of rubble, which means that they're going to have better luck getting closer because they're actually clearing out rubble enough. Where our alliance is so focused on hitting that they're not that the members we need to be clearing out rubble aren't clearing out the rubble. So what that means for us is if you look at the damage done, we've done so much less damage because we can't get close enough because our members aren't helping work together. So it's a really important thing that you find ways to help like communicate with your members. Hey, we really need this type of member to be doing this and this type of member. Like every squad power is an invaluable in a war, but not every squad power needs to hit the same for that war. So like your duties or roles could be very different based on what your team needs. And right now, our team needs are certain, see all these spots, like we need our team members bumping in, like this one. We need this member to actually be focused on rubble removal, not attacking the furnace. We have bigs to attack the furnace and get us the durability damage, but if they can't freaking get close, then what's the point? And when you have a small guy hitting a furnace repeatedly, but isn't clearing rubble, they're not helping. They're actually making it more challenging for us to get the points we need to succeed. So that's where it gets a little frustrating, is because it's like we have to work together, but our team is certain teammates seem to be more focused on getting their hits in than they are in actually working the team and playing the roles that need to be played. So So it looks like based on how the damage done by our other alliance and the damage done by us, we will probably take fourth in our soil ranking this season, which isn't the end of the world. And it looks like I'm being ashed again, which is fine. You can hit me a lot because I have one squad on my wall. Um, more of my troops are sent to the hospital than they are so I'm not losing, I'm definitely losing some troops, but my troop loss is far less than what it normally is when I'm ashed because all my troops are going to my hospital versus oops, excuse me, um, versus just dying and being killed. Yeah. So and that's I'm sorry, I just saw the comments. It's definitely frustrating when our team doesn't work with you to help. So I don't have the strongest squad in my alliance, but I am top 50 on my server. And uh, finally, I'm going to be in the mud, but it's fine. I'm in the wrong mud. See, when you put your base in the wrong mud, it makes everything more complicated. Let's not say we did. I do not need to be in somebody else's mud. And I wasn't fast enough. See, they're so fast. Okay, finally, semi-close. Now to clear out the rubble. So I am currently only sending 2 squads at my furnace because I'm trying to help get my teammates closer. But I needed to get closer so I didn't have a freaking 2-minute march to the rubble. And then if you look at these blues, see there so you have certain people who are solely focused on clearing that rubble, and that's a huge help for getting people closer to the furnace. And now I can't seem to click. I hate it when this happens. A little game malfunction is when you want to excavate and it won't let you excavate. So, and then I just move on to the next spot. There's nothing I can do while my squads return. They just, they're currently, they hit their base and now they're returning. So my job now is not to worry about what my squads returning are doing, but to make sure that I am building some spaces for my teams. Because again, like I said, I might have a top squad, but my bigger guys are doing far more damage than what I can do. And so I would rather make sure that they have space and can actually get in that mud and do the work that they need to do to help us achieve our goals. So, yeah, I'd love to get top ranks and great rewards, but for me, I also like to think about what my team needs and how what success we need. And then we're competing with our own so the blues are our people. Oh, I hate it when this happens. When you can't get to an excavation site for some reason, it's so annoying. Okay, so my squads are back now. So I need to send them at the furnace again. So I'm just sending my 2 big squads, so my main and my second, and then I'm going back to building rubble spots. And then I save up a lot of did it move me? Oh, because my squads are out. That's right. So I save up a lot of advanced teleports and diamonds for these wars so that I can just immediately teleport. So yeah, definitely frustrating when our teams are just not coordinating well. And like I sent out a message last night telling the plan. I sent out a message this morning. I didn't know that I needed to reiterate that, hey, if you're under 27 mil squad power, your goal needs to be only your strongest going to the furnace and the rest clearing rubble. I didn't know I need to reiterate that. I figured by week 7 of season 2 that people would like figure it out, but they haven't. And so it's very, it's just some of the frustrations working with an alliance of 100 people who have their own mindsets on how to play the game can just be very frustrating. This has been relocated again. So I am used to being a speed bump. That's what we refer to him as, and that's just a member whose sole job is to get hit a lot. So that's what I try to do. And then with that, I try to find so there's still rubble. So I'm still sending squads. So my other goal is always to be looking at where I can send squads to help get people closer to the furnace. Yeah, and I think the reason that we ended up um, having a more challenging time and not doing as much damage is because we couldn't get our squads close enough. And so if you can't get your strongest close enough to your furnace, I mean, so this is all of our other alliance, and they're so much closer to us than we are. And we're not even so Tap is one of our stronger ones. Yeet's not. Um, I'm not. And then the Chody is strong, CD is strong. So the problem is they're not the Genos and I don't know how to say his name, Angelis, they're not our strongest squads. So our top strongest squads are not within the mud. But if you look at our supporting alliance, all of their top strong squads are in the mud. So they're, oops, I didn't want that one. Um, so their alliance had better coordination with understanding to get their strongest heavy hitters into the mud. Ours did not have the same coordination and didn't work the same way. And because of that, that made things more challenging for us to do the durability damage we needed to do. So it's kind of a bummer when your alliance works against you without them realizing it. Like they think they're being supportive and helpful, but the support and help comes in many different ways, and it's not always by just hitting a furnace. It's also by understanding some of the mechanics that go into these battles and the challenges of like the nuances on some of these battles are really important. And we try really hard to explain those nuances. Oh, see, and I was talking and forgot my troops. The only downfall. Um, so that's the only other downfall. Sometimes when I get going, I forget about my troops. And yeah, I wonder if there's other ways to like communicate this information because like I'm like we're in season two. We're going to be playing with these guys. Hopefully, I'd love to be playing with this team for season 3 and 4 and 5. I'd love to be playing with the same team, but but how do you explain better to that team? Like, hey, this is what we need from you guys. Um, let's work together. Let's work for each other, not against each other. So, and I don't know, maybe that's a goal of why I wanted to do live streams is maybe if people understand like being a part of Alliance isn't just hopping on the game and collecting stuff, but like you can do some actually really coordinated, cool things working together with other people. It's also where like having other ways to communicate, like a voice chat during battles, can be really fun. It's a way to connect, but it's also a way to coordinate to make sure, like, hey, if you're talking to somebody at the right time, then you're making sure that um, coordinating in time means things happen faster than trying to send them through a chat. And so guess that's the hope. And so with this battle, the battle actually wasn't over the furnace. The battle we're having is for durability damage within our own server because we're competitive and it's the war game. So yeah, we work together as a server, but we also like to fight for things. So our server decided we both had the opportunity to try to get third. And the best way to decide who's getting third on the server is just to fight for it, to get into a competition, battle it out, and where you land is where you land. And this battle, it looks like we landed in fourth, and that's okay. I mean, I'm kind of bummed because I think we had a good plan and we had a lot of opportunity to possibly, you know, um, my brain will operate. Sorry, I get really excited about the battles, but like we had a good plan and we had definitely good ideas, but it's all about coordination. And I think one way our team is still figuring out their world is how to coordinate. So coordination is invaluable. And apparently I wasn't paying to my troops again. Wonder. So yeah, so it was really interesting because I don't know if our team realized that the most important thing for them to do was to coordinate. Like the more coordination we had, the more we had our top strongest squads hitting the furnace, the better off we were. But when we couldn't get our squads close, like that makes it so much more challenging to be successful. I wonder how sad my base can be on fire. So I'm definitely low in my squads. And then so I pre-plan all of these um, to make sure that I can build some more troops when needed. And I try to make sure I have enough to sink 2 squads. Yeah, so I only have enough right now for 2 squads. And I don't think what's in the hospital is going to help much. So yeah, and if you notice, oh, so there's a 5-minute cooldown, but I've been in the other server for 5 minutes, so I'm not too worried about my cooldown time. So I'll just teleport back, and then I can hope to find another close space, but it less likely. Oh, okay, well, fine. And then I have to remember because I'm low on troops, I need to make sure that I'm sending squads to do damage at the furnace. And then I don't know how much. So we have 1 minute and 53 seconds, and then we've almost taken their furnace. So the goal is hopefully we can, yeah, it'd be great to knock out the furnace because then we're attacking. So we're going to get a percent of the soil. But, it might work out that they're able to outlast our attacks, which would be kind of funny in the sense that our server came at this to compete over the lasting soil to get our best ranking. And at the end of the day, the other risk we took is we might not get any soil, right? Because the um, if the alliances can defend their servers well before and the time runs out, then that's it. Like, so it's down to the wire. We have 47 seconds remaining to take the last 2,000 points of durability. If we can't do that, then what's going to happen is that neither one of our alliances are going to receive any soil, which is, I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny. Like, hey, we did this work, we competed, and at the end of the day, there's so many different things that come into play. We also have to, oh man, we have our faction soil war tomorrow. So I guess my job of today after this battle is just going to be building troops for tomorrow to rinse and repeat. I kind of play the same role in faction wars. Like my squad's strong, but it's not the strongest. So I can help. Yeah. So at the end of the day, we weren't able to take their furnace. We just could not quite do the durability damage necessary. And so what that means for us is I'm not even gonna worry. I'm gonna go back to my hive. Um, so what this means for us is neither alliance got our soil that we needed, which isn't the end of the world. Like, so that means that we fought our last battle. We fought it well, but we weren't able to take down their furnace, which means they defended successfully and we don't receive any soil. So the ranking for soil war and our reward bracket will solely depend on what we have up until this point. And so if we look, and I don't think the standings will quite show it, but it looks like we are going to take, oops, excuse me, we are going to take third for the season. No, no partial points with season 2 Soil Wars. You either get soil if you successfully defeat the furnace, or you get no soil if the furnace is not you. If you don't, oh, my brain messing up on words. Um, Let me collect my thoughts. To my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm totally okay with that. If your alliance during a soil war, you're an attacker and you don't destroy the furnace, you do not receive any soil. That is considered a successful defense. So, and to double check that, I could go into the soil war rules. Yes, if the furnace is destroyed within the countdown, the attacking side wins. If the attacking side fails to destroy the furnace, the defending side wins. So the winning alliance receives victory rewards. So if the attacking side wins, they plunder a portion of the rare soil. If the attacking side does not win, they do not get soil. So we did not receive any soil. And our season rewards overall ranking, we came in third, which is pretty awesome for us. Like, that's great. So, yeah, that is our soil war battle. Um, and then tomorrow is our first faction duel, which will be really interesting how it all comes together, especially with I I think I think it's really funny that we have a battle on Saturday where the lot heavy troop loss, and then we turn around and have a battle the very next day, which is all the servers battling again. Um, yeah, but soil wars are not soil wars. The server duels, which are now faction duels because we're in season. Um, it's definitely about participation and how many active people you can have during those campaigns, and like, yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. So there you go. You guys got to see my last soil war battle. Hopefully you had fun watching. Sorry I wasn't so talkative in the chat. Oh good, there wasn't much. That's Thanks for watching the battle. I'm just gonna say welcome to the WWC, and um I'm gonna go get some coffee. Yeah, I haven't had coffee yet this morning, and it's really early for me. So thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you guys had fun.